Okay, hi there. It's Amanda from Anything Goes. And I totally forgot about this. We called them foldables when I was a teacher, and I stumbled upon the sample and thought, oh my goodness, I can make something using paper, which we did use with the kids. We just used different color kind of copy paper, but not scrapbook paper or cardstock. So anyway, I'm calling it a day trip traveler's notebook. So this is meant to be for those of us or those of anyone that doesn't travel for, you know, a trip that's 7 days long, but maybe it's something local, like the parks, the natural parks. We have a ton in our area. We have springs. We've got different places to hike, butterfly gardens, all kinds of things like that, and they're free. So I thought, I'm not quite at the age yet where I'm going to be traveling like to Europe and all that. I did that in my 20s, but um I'll be waiting till my kids are still out of high school, because I still have a 7th grader. So but anyway, so here it is, and maybe you'll see how I did this or understand it, or maybe not. But if you don't, it's okay, because I have the original that I made like 10 years ago. So we have a pocket here. So this is what I'm talking about. This is the map and guide to all of the things that we have here. And I mean, it's an awesome thing to get at whatever city you live in, because like here it will tell me if the park has water, if it has a playground, if dogs are allowed. It tells you everything. And even though where I live here in Ocala, a lot of it is forest, we do still have some beaches because we have lakes. We have some lakes around here. So anyway, so I put that in there because that would be a day trip that I would do. We also have the Appleton Museum here. That could be another day trip. We have what's it called? Like a ropes course. That could be a day trip. We have a fair that comes every year, day trip. So this is the DTTN. So this is a pocket here. This is a pocket. And the blank space, the pink part or the green part, really anywhere, can be where you can write and put pictures from that trip. The same thing with this side here. I used 110-pound cardstock as the spine, which is not a good idea because it's so hard to turn. So we have this as the front, as the top page. And then when you turn it, you have the same thing as your back page, but it's one page, front and back, and then the last piece of paper. So if you can guess, there is a bit of weaving done to get this effect, and you can glue your pockets down however you want. This is the foldable that we would teach our 3rd graders how to make, and then and we would put like vocabulary words here and the definition on the back, do things like that. So now I'm going to show you the magic trick. So Any size paper you can do this same thing with, as long as you can fold it into fours. And you can cut up strips that can go into where you cut. Okay, we will pull this one out of the bottom. There. Okay, so this is an 8.5 by 11. So what you do is you fold it into fours like this. Well, fold it into fours just so you get your square marks. And as many panels as you want, that's how many cuts you make. So here I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In here, I think I did 5 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. And I am dying to try this with a 6 by 6 because I think it will come out super cute, or an 8 by 8. But it doesn't matter about the size, as long as you can fold it into fours and then cut your strips that are going to go. Again, I used 110-pound cardstock. Bad idea. Made this super thick. But we used it, well, we didn't glue anything down, but I did, where I made this a pocket. And this one accidentally has a side pocket over here, but you could make side pockets instead if you don't want front loading ones. Do the front with front loading and do the back with side, whichever, what you want to do. But this is one piece of 12 by 12 paper done just like this yellow piece of 8.5 by 11 copy paper. So simple, right? Just fold your paper in half and make your cuts. And then you're going to weave, I don't want to say obviously, but you need to weave with the page open like this. And the one side, you're going to start, say you put your paper in here, then this side, you're going to need to put your paper in here. Okay, I hope that tutorial, real quick tutorial, helped you see some other potential out there. I'm rethinking about my foldable days, and one of the most popular ones was the no cut mini book. But you guys, the scrapbookers, they cut that part. We didn't. We just folded it and kind of tore it so we could make it. And we would again use those little booklets, 8.5 by 11 size, and I would give notes for a test, certain things they needed to know, and they would write them in the little books, and they were very effective for studying instead of on a piece of notebook paper. And I'll show you what I mean if I can find a piece of paper that's not cardstock, because that was the whole problem, was that it was cardstock. I think everything I have out right now is cardstock. Well, it's when you, let me see. I think I have some scrapbook paper I can show you on. Okay, so for example, this paper here. Okay, we would Oh, there's two, so it's not as thick. Okay, so we would fold it in half. And of course it comes out a lot bigger on a 12 by 12, but and then fold it in half this way. And I'm not being very neat about it because I'm holding my phone with my hand, my other hand. If I can figure out a way to, no, I'm not sitting at my desk right now, so I'll do some of it like off camera, or it'll look like that. Okay, so then you fold it again, so it'll be in 8s. And this was so easy to teach to the kids, and they loved making them. And I've seen one-page wonders be done this way. It's been around a long time. It's not something new. It's just in school. So now you have your 8 panels, right? Now we're going to go back to this fold right here. So it looks like that. This is where the kids would tear. They would tear from here to here. And we would fold it a bunch of times and, you know, really pinch it and all that good stuff. So hang on just a sec. I'm gonna put my phone like this so I can show you the tearing process. Okay, so of course, if you, which I didn't, but, and I knew that was going to happen, but if you properly train your paper, it won't tear like that, but I'm just showing you. And then you have that hole in the center, and that's where you fold it like this. Bring that square, or whatever that is, or whatever you want to call it, together, and then you fold your pages. So we didn't glue anything down. We simply used it for the purpose of pages to write on that were anything but notebook paper. So the kids really got a kick out of it. So say we're learning multiplication, so that they would write a title, multiplication, and then this page I would give them notes on, you know, one of the techniques of multiplication, this one another one, and we would number our pages. So we were totally missing out on the pocket part. We didn't do anything about gluing down pockets. That they would have loved that even more. But that's the simplest one-page wonder out there, and you can do that with any size paper. Again, as long as you fold it into 8s, it doesn't matter if it's an 8.5 by 11, 6 by 6. You can make a teeny tiny one, 8 by 8, 11 by 11, 10 by 10. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a square. It can be whatever shape you have. And finally, at the end of this, I'm going to show you this little thing I threw together with scraps. And I love making things with my punches, so I made that with a punch. So these are just little folders, and I glued them back to back, so that created a pocket. So you have 3 pockets right here, and then when you turn the page, this is another folder with a side pocket. So I switched it up and did a side pocket. And then you turn the page again, and you have a folder, and this one doesn't have a pocket because it's just the title page, no pocket. But you can make as many of these little folders as you want, and I just punched holes in them and connected them with brads. So these are only 3 folders, but you can make it a lot thicker. But this size right here will fit in an envelope, and you can see in my hand the size of it. And how cute would this be for Happy Meal? And it's just so simple. You decide whatever size you want your pages to be. Make sure you save like an inch to score for your binding, and then decide how much you want your pockets to be. So you're gonna just score that and flip them up and cut out. I always cut out the little V part. But anyway, hope you enjoyed learning a little something, and have a great night. It is 10:47 here in Florida, and I'm about to go to bed, but a lot of times I end up watching a tutorial and making something. So I really want to learn how to make a lap book. So that's what I'm going to be searching. But I didn't know what else to call this. So day trip traveler's notebook. So that way you have, you could actually use this as a signature, I suppose, and put this in a traveler's notebook of all your travels. So that way it doesn't make those of us that either can't afford or have responsibilities that don't get to go on, a long type of vacation where you would be saving ticket stubs and this and that, because not everybody can. So I just thought this would make people who can do a Saturday and take advantage of something free in their area, or it's an inexpensive cost, like the Appleton Museum. I went there a while back when they were showcasing Princess Diana's gowns, and I had a high tea, and it was the best thing ever. It was so much fun and so girly. And I wish I was making these things back then, because I would have made one of these, maybe not a 12 by 12, because I think this size looks better. The problem is you'll either have to cut these a lot narrower or just not get as many pockets. So anyway, have a great weekend, and I will see you guys later. Again, this is Amanda signing off from Anything Goes.